Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Kevin Barker. I am from the Group 7. On this occasion, I will present about material today. Beforehand, let me introduce the member of Group 7. The first member is Novi Octaviani, the second member is Putri Fitriani Kairunisa, the third member is Kevin Barker, and the last member is Dea Aulia Aziza Bulkia. Next, we will get into the material. There are three material that we will discuss, namely, first, summary, second, citation, and third, paraphrase. The first material is summary. What is the definition of summary? The first definition, summary is a brief statement of the main points of a text. The second definition, summary is a short overview of the main points of an article or other source, written entirely in your own words. Summary is always much shorter than original text. The length of a summary can range from just a few sentences to several paragraphs. It depends on the length of the article you are summarizing. So, a summary is a short statement taken from a text that is modified using your own words, so that makes easier for us to understand the contents of the text. Whenever you summarize, you must be careful not to copy the exact wording of the original source. There are two rules to avoid plagiarism when summarizing an article or other source. The first rule, write the summary entirely in your own words by paraphrasing the author's idea. This will prevent plagiarism in your summary. The second rule, cite the source with an in-text citation and a full reference so your reader can easily find the original text. Remember, the use of source citation must be in accordance with applicable writing rules. This is an example of a summary. As we can see, the result of the summary contains only the key points of the original text, and the author also puts the original text source so that the reader can easily find it. This is an example of a one-paragraph summary. Why is this a good summary? The summary identifies the writer, the date of publication, and the source, and restates the key ideas using original wording. The summary reports on the author's point of view, but reports this neutrally. Next, this is an example of one-line summary. Why is this a good summary? This one-line summary identifies the writer and synthesizes the key ideas. A short summary like this might appear in the literature review of research paper in which the student gathers together the findings or opinions of scholars on a given subject. Then, this is top tips to summarize. Number 1. Only the main points have been included. Selection of important points and relate content of the text to be summarized is very important to make a summary. Number 2. The text is shortened without losing the essence of the material. After selecting important points from within the text, make the short text without changing the gist of the text. Number 3. The summary writer's own words are used. Technical terms don't change. The use of the word itself without plagiarizing of the original words that come from within the text. Number 4. Reporting verbs are used to discuss the text. Example, suggest, argues. The summarized discussion of the text is used to discuss the text as it provides suggestions and arguments for the author of the text. Number 5. In-text citation is provided. It is best to use excerpt of text where the reader can easily read the source, so that they are easy to find. And the last, remember that a full reference list should be included at the end of your work. Okay, next, the second material is citation. What is the definition of a citation? A citation is the way you tell your readers that certain material in your work came from another source. It also gives your readers the information necessary to find that source again, including number 1, information about the author, number 2, the title of the work, number 3, the name and location of the company that published your copy of the source, number 4, the date your copy was published, and last, the page numbers of the material you are. Why should we cite source? Giving credit to the original author by citing source is the only way to use other people's work without plagiarizing. But there are a number of other reasons to cite source. Number 1. Citations are extremely helpful to anyone who wants to find out more about your ideas and where they come from. Number 2. No, not all sources are good or right. Your own ideas might often be more accurate or interesting than those of your source. Proper citation will keep you from taking the rap for someone else's bad ideas. Number 3. Citing source shows the amount of research you have done. Number 4. Citing source strengthens your work by lending outside support to your ideas. When do we need to cite? Whenever you borrow words or ideas, you need to acknowledge their source. The following situations almost always require citation. Number 1. Whenever you use quotes. Number 2. Whenever you paraphrase. Number 3. Whenever you use an idea that someone else has already expressed. Number 4. Whenever you make specific reference to the work of another. And the last, whenever someone else's work has been critical in developing your own ideas. Next, this is the types of in-text citation. When you refer to a source, for example, by quoting or paraphrasing, you have to add a brief citation in the text. There are three main types of citation. Number 1, parenthetical citation. You put the source reference in parentheses directly in your text. This usually includes the author's last name along with the publication date and or the page number. Number 2, note citation. You put the source reference in a footnote or endnote. Number 3, numeric citation. You number each of your source in the reference list and use the correct number when you want to cite a source. What are the citation styles? A citation style dictates the information necessary for a citation and how the information is ordered, as well as function and other formatting. There are three major citation styles used in academic writing. Number 1, Modern Language Association or MLA. Number 2, American Psychological Association or APA. Number 3, Chicago, which supports two styles, notes and bibliography and outdoor date. Number 1, Modern Language Association or MLI. MLI style currently in its 8th edition was developed by the Modern Language Association and is especially popular in language and literary studies. MLI use parenthetical citation containing the author and page number. Next, this is the example of MLA citation. MLA citation in the books consists of author last name, author first name, title, publisher, and year. And in the articles consists of author last name, author first name, article title, journal title, version, number, publication date, page number. 2. American Psychological Association, or APA. APA style was created by the American Psychological Association and was originally used in psychology and the social science. Today, many other disciplines also use it. APA citation styles use an author-date system of parenthetical citation. APA style citation example 7th edition. This is the example of APA in the text citation and example of APA reference list entry. Next, APA in text citation consists of author's last name, year of publication, also known as the author-date system. Types of citation. Number 1. Parenthetical citation. According to new research, Smith 2020. If you are citing a specific part of a source, you should also include a locator such as a page number or timestamp. Example, Smith 2020 p. 170. In the narrative citation, Smith 2020 state that. How to choose the citation style? There are many different ways of citing research from your research. The citation style sometimes depends on the academic discipline involved. For example, number 1, APA, or American Psychological Association, is used by education, psychology, and science. Number 2, MLA, or Modern Language Association style is used by the humanities. Number 3, Chicago or Turabian style is generally used by business, history, and the fine arts. And in-text citation is the brief form of the reference that you include in the body of your work. It gives enough information to uniquely identify the source in your reference list. The brief form usually consists of 1. Family name of authors, and 2. Year of publication. How to citing in text citation? First, parenthetical citation consists of parenthesis, author last name, comma punctuation, year of publication. Example, parenthesis, color, comma punctuation, 2016. Next, second, narrative citation consists of author surname, year of publication in parenthesis, simple past tense or present perfect tense. Example, Smith 2020 state date, present date, describe date. 3. Chicago. Chicago style is published by the Chicago Manual of Style. There are 2 variations. 1. Notes and bibliography. You cite the source in a footnote or endnote. 2. Author date. You use a parenthetical author date citation in the text. Next, this is the example of Chicago in text citation, Chicago style footnote, and Chicago bibliography entry. Then, this is the example of Chicago author date. Next, this is an example of a cited summary. Next, this is an example of a cited paraphrase. The last material is paraphrase. What is the definition of paraphrase? Paraphrasing is simple a way of summarizing someone else's content in your own words. Paraphrasing means rephrasing text in your own words without changing its meaning. It used to avoid plagiarism. It means taking the words of another source and restating them, using your own vocabulary. In this way, you keep the meaning of the original text, but do not copy its exact wording. Original text. Because of their unique perspective, Americans fear globalization less than anyone else, and as a consequence, they think about it less than anyone else. When Americans do think about globalization, they think of the global economy as an enlarged version of the American economy. Plagiarism. According to literature, 1993, Americans fear globalization less than people from other countries and as a consequence spend less time thinking about it. Indeed, Americans see globalization as an enlarged version of their own economy. Why is this plagiarism? The writer has used true exact words without enclosing them in quotation marks. She or he has only substituted synonyms here and there. Even so, Thoreau is credited with a citation. This would be considered plagiarism. Paraphrasing. Lester Thoreau, 1993, maintains that because Americans see globalization simply as a bigger form of their own economy, they are less concerned about it than is the rest of the world. Why is this acceptable? The writer has kept the meaning of the original passage without copying words or structure. Words like globalization and Americans are generic terms. Terms are commonly used for the concept they illustrate. It is difficult to find synonyms for them. Thus, you may use this word without placing them in quotation marks. What strategies can we use to paraphrase? Number 1. Use synonyms for all words that are not generic. Words like word, food, or science are so basic to our vocabulary that it's difficult to find a synonym. Number 2. Change the structure of the sentence. Number 3. Change the voice from active to passive and vice versa. What is the difference between paraphrasing and summarizing? Summarizing and paraphrasing are somewhat different. A paraphrase is about the same length as the original source, while a summary is much shorter. Nevertheless, when you summarize, you must be careful not to copy the exact wording of the original source. Follow the same rules as you would for paraphrase. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.